Hi, this is Chris, and I would like to show you today how to program in Excel. A little bit of basics, basically. Okay, so let's go back to Visual Basic, and then you may remember from the previous file, from the previous video, I created this function over here. Let's ignore it and let's create a new macro. So I'm not recording right now, I'll be writing the code. Whenever you write the code, it's important that you start with sub and then my name of this procedure. So for example, let's call it, and now my name of my procedure. So for example, my name. Important thing over here are the breaks, and then ends up, which is created automatically. So in this way I created a new procedure. Now what is this new procedure? Was basically I'm showing to the Excel that this is a part of the code. It's like when we have the toolbox, and one part of this toolbox we have hammer, in other we have nails, and in other part we have other things. So you can kind of treat it in this way. So for example, here I have my so-called hammer, and I put it in a box of sub and end sub. So now let's add some code into it. So I have to write between sub and end sub. For those who know, did a little bit HTML creation of websites in the past. It's kind of similar when you use body, and then you finish with also appropriate mark of or tag rather of body. So it's kind of this sub and end sub is kind of similar. Okay, so let's say for example that in cell A1 I would like to put value 1. So I go to cells 1, 1. And then you can see, so cells, it's a part of the code, so something what Excel understands. And then since I'm referring to the first row and the first column, therefore I can put the value into this. Now if you have never done programming, this may look a little bit weird for you, so you just have to get used to it. But to put it very simple, you basically want to put in the cell that you refer to, so cell 1, 1, so first row, first column, value 1. Now to put value 1 into it, I write equals to 1. And then let's say that to the cell, I would like to add 2. So I have to again refer to the same cell. So it will be again cells 1, 1. And then I could write 1 plus 2, which equals to 3. But if you want to do it in a really good programming way, we should write cells 1, 1 plus 2. Now this looks a little bit weird at the beginning, so if you look from the mathematical point of view, you may start to think, okay, 1 equals to 1 plus 2. But this is not what VBA understands. VBA understands that it will start to read from the right side of the equation. So he will take the value from cells 1, 1, and then add 2 to it. And then we'll put the value under cells 1, 1. So in the final way, we should get 3. So let's test it. So I save the macro. I go back to Excel. Just in case I will click on a different cell, I click on the macros. And then if I want to run the macro, that is my name, I click on it and I click run. And I have 3. So this is what I was expecting. Now, okay, but how we can know that actually Excel is first putting 1 into cell 1, because we see already final solution, so 3. So we have to go to VBA, and then we have a couple of options to do that. So basically, if I click on the play, I will do the same. So just in case, let's delete the value. If I click on the play, it will run the macro from end to beginning. So basically from sub to end sub, doing everything what is over here. Now, let's say I want to do it step by step. Let's delete again over here. And I have an option which is great in VBA, which is called step into, or shortcut F8. So now when I click on step into or F8, you see a yellow mark. Basically VBA is telling me over here, I'm here, and I haven't done anything else. So basically he's at the beginning of sub, which is basically giving us nothing in Excel, just information for programming. So we are over here. So now I click again step into, and again we still haven't done anything because Excel is marking us the yellow part with the yellow part yellow mark what I'm about to do. So let's click F8, and then suddenly we see our 1. So basically now the Excel is over here, and it has done this part over here. So let's click F8 again, and we have our 3, and then we can end this up. So basically it's just information for program that this program is finished. It's like, you can also compare it to, you know, opening the doors. You do what you have to do in a room, and then you close the doors. And F8. And it's finished. 2 more notes over here. So one, let's do it once again. So let's click F8, and let's step by step analyze the macro. So here I can already see that Excel is helping me. So Excel is showing cells 1, 1, so A1 equals to 3, whereas the function itself is 1. Why it is so? Because Excel is telling us that in this cell over here, from the left side, is helping us to tell that there is already value 3 in the cell. But we will put right now 1. So if we click F8, you see automatically I see 1 over here below. And then also if I make over here or here, Excel will give us the information about the value in the cell. So this is another great thing about Excel that is helping us when we analyze the macro with F8 or step into. And then let's finish it. And then let's say that I have very long code. So let's say, to make it more interesting, let's say that I have a little bit more of the lines, and then in the last case I will add 3. So if I would like to see step by step what is happening in this cell over here, I'll have to click F8, then again F8, then again F8, and then I can see, okay, it's 1, then it's 3, then it's 5 because I'm adding 2, and then so on and so on. But let's say that I would like to analyze the code in the way that I'm just interested what happens before this. So what happens until this moment over here. So if you go to the left, you see the cursor will change a little bit. So normally we see something like that. And then if you go to the left, it changes into the arrow. So I have to be exactly in this field over here, one of the lines. I said I want to stop before this. So basically, I don't want to execute this part of the code. I want the Excel to wait for it. And then normally, as you may remember, I should see 7 over here. So now I can quickly, whenever I click over here, or I click F5, which is a shortcut for this button over here, you see the yellow part stopped over here. I am at 7 right now, which is perfect, what I was expecting. And then I can analyze this part of the code. By analysis, I can change it. So I'll be a little bit careful because you cannot change everything. But let's say instead of 3, let's add 4. So last time you may remember we had 10 over here. I changed the code, and then I will click again F5 to finish the rest of the code because I have no more red spots over here. And then I have 11 suddenly. So that is why Excel, or actually VBA, is such a great tool over here to program, and it's really easy, as you can see. Thank you very much. Don't hesitate to put questions below the video. I will be happy to hear. If this video was helpful, also put a like button. It helps me to understand whether I should create more of this kind of videos. Have a great day.